Sources in the Petroleum Ministry have told Headlines today that a 7-member team of auditors from the Comptroller and Auditor's Office is as of now cooling its heels in the Reliance Industries office in Mumbai. This team of auditors is adamant that it wants to go through the sudden 290% jump in costs incurred over the KG-D6 project. But Reliance is also sticking to its guns, saying the CAG's mandate only goes as far as conducting a financial audit is concerned. RIL says that this is specified by the agreement between RIL and the Petroleum Ministry, and CAG has no right to breach it. Ashish Khaitan brings you a blow-by-blow account of this escalating face-off.
The Comptroller and Auditor General of India and Reliance Industries Limited are locked in an eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation. The National Auditor claims he is being thwarted from carrying out a full examination of RIL's books.
Sources in Petroleum Ministry told Headlines today that for the last 3 weeks, a 7-member CNAG team is twiddling its thumbs at the RIL's Navi Mumbai office. All they have been provided with is audited accounts which are already there in the public domain. Sources say that these are obstructionist tactics on the part of RIL and are aimed at frustrating the CNAG's attempts to carry out a comprehensive audit.
CAG is particularly interested in the huge 300% cost escalation in the KG-D6 project over a period of just 2 years. The Mukesh Ambani company in turn is challenging scope of the audit. Documents exclusively available with Headlines today show that RIL has raised fresh objections about the nature and objectives of the statutory audit. In a letter dated 16 January addressed to CAG and Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, RIL has sought certain confirmations from the government. CAG would conduct audit as a representative of Government of India as per the terms of the contract between RIL and Petroleum Ministry, which means CAG cannot table audit report in Parliament or make it public. CAG would not re-audit previous years, that is the period from 2003-2004 to 2007-2008. The implications of RIL's fresh demand is that CAG can't question logic of high-cost procurements. CAG would not make backward linkages for financial audit of 2008-2009 to 2011-2012, which means the auditor can't correlate the costs incurred with expenses of previous years. And finally, RIL insists the financial audit would not be proprietary audit, which in turn translates to the fact that CAG cannot comment on wasteful expenditure, if at all any. The CAG has written back to RIL saying audit should extend to verification whether the costs depicted, including that on high-value procurements, are correctly determined through a transparent and competitive process. Therefore, financial audit would involve proprietary audit as well. The current contract between the government and Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries is so designed that more capital intensive the project, the lower the government's share of profit. Several government committees like Ashok Chawla Committee have observed that operators like Reliance have no incentive to reduce capital expenditure. With Ashish Khaitan in Delhi, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Headlines Today has been exclusively able to access these letters written by the Petroleum Ministry to Reliance Industries. In fact, this is dated the 24th of January, and it's a warning that's been shot off to Reliance Industries, saying, in view of the above, you are again requested to cooperate with the CAG audit team, who are already positioned in Mumbai, and provide the requisite records and documents to them without any further reservations or delay. It is reiterated that non-furnishing of the records to CAG and not facilitating CAG audit will be viewed as a breach of the production sharing contract. Clearly a face-off between CAG and India's biggest corporate house, Reliance Industries, escalating. Ashish Khaitan, Headlines Today's editor, Investigations, joins us. He's put together this story. We've also been speaking, Ashish, to officials from Reliance Industries, and they insist that the audit is in fact on, and that the officials are there and that they're cooperating as per the contract, and they're saying that CAG in fact wants to go beyond the agreed mandate.
The problem lies in the interpretation, the way RIL is interpreting the production sharing contract and the way the CAG and the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas want to carry out this audit. Because what is at the heart of the matter. At the heart of the matter is to ascertain the escalation in capex from $2.4 billion to $8.8 billion, which is a 300% jump in capital expenditure, whether that expenditure is justified or not, and whether Reliance has empirical accounting evidence to substantiate its claim that actually it has incurred that money, and if at all the money has been incurred, it has been incurred in a transparent and in a manner that the cost has actually been minimized. Because
no, but Reliance is also saying
yes,
that CAG has no business to tell us whether we spend the money wisely or not, because it's a private enterprise. We have
yes,
the right to decide how the money gets spent. The CAG can tell a government department
yes,
that instead of buying machinery from X, you could have bought it from Y, saved so much money, but you can't do that with a private enterprise.
But the point here, Rahul, is that what is involved here? Involved here is natural gas, which is the natural asset of the country. Because RIL is only a contractor. The job of the RIL is to operate and develop the field and produce gas and commercially exploit gas. And once the RIL has recovered its cost, RIL will share the revenue, the profit of the commercial exploitation with the government of India. So higher RIL's capital expenditure, lower would be the government's share of profit. Higher RIL's capex, the longer it will take for the government for its revenue sharing to kick in.
So it's been 3 weeks that this team from CAG has been sitting literally
yes,
twiddling their thumbs at the Reliance
absolutely
headquarters. What happens next? Is there a cutoff?
No, there is no cutoff. Now either the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, I don't know how serious the current incumbent is, because Jaipal Reddy was very, very serious, and Jaipal Reddy was giving a tough time to RIL. Now we have letters that Ministry of Petroleum on paper they are taking a tough stand. But now I think the minister personally, if not minister, then the Prime Minister himself has to step in personally and ensure that government's interests are protected.
All right, for breaking that story, Ashish Khaitan, thank you very much.